You are listening to Single Smart Female. This is Jen, explaining the possibilities in your love life and examining your mantourage dating experiences. I am here to help you do life and love on your terms by tipping the scales of love permanently in your favor. So don't forget to text this episode to all of your single smart girlfriends, and let's get started. Hello there, single smart female. It's your romantic fairy godmama, and today I have a romantic quickie for you. Romantic quickie topic for today is, should you date a fixer-upper? And drumroll please, the answer is, well, it depends. So here's the deal. Okay, mantourage dating is a beautiful lifestyle enhancement, and it gives you the opportunity to really get to know men over time and to get to know yourself romantically, more so than you've ever thought possible. And it also gives men time to work out their kinks. So that means you have the opportunity to figure out whether or not this is a man that you would really like to go into a relationship with, instead of doing what we normally do as women, which is meet a guy and a couple weeks later we go into this exclusive relationship with him. Sometimes he's not even exclusive at all, but we start focus on him exclusively, or we actually are in a relationship. We go at it hard and heavy for 2 to 3 months, and then bam, it all falls apart. We're in the dumps for several months. And then finally we get up to dust ourselves off, some rinse and repeat. And we go through the same damn process over and over again. And it is the most pointless romantic process that exists. But yet we feverishly do it again and again and again as women. And I just hit my hand when I did that. So anywho, the point being, it's really the definition of insanity to keep doing this over and over. Mantourage dating, on the other hand, which if you want to learn how to do, go to mantouragedating.com. Mantourage, if you're wondering how to spell it, it's MANTOURAGE dating.com. And I'll give you a free 3-day class to learn how to mantourage date with me. Mantourage dating gives you so many possibilities and so many options, and it really changes and tips love, long-lasting love. It puts it in your court and tips the scales of long-lasting love in your favor. So it's definitely something that you can consider. But again, when I said it depends, you can have a lot more flexibility in the mantourage dating process about the guys you date. The one guy that you're only allowed to date one of him, if you can't date multiple of him, is the financial fixer-upper. That's really, really important, sometimes even called the mooch at times. And if you're the one that's always paying for the date, then I would just get rid of him in general, unless it's a very short-term process and maybe he's a really hot lover or he brings something magical to the table, but it's very, very, very short-term. This is never somebody that you'll get into a relationship with unless you really want to carry, and I know you don't, so don't even try to tell me you do. You want to carry the burden of trying to keep him afloat for the rest of your life. Anywho, it's emotionally exhausting because I can guarantee he has got a lot of deficits in other places too if he's not willing to really put his shit together financially. So the financial fixer-upper, you can only date one of him, and if you're paying for everything, it's a very, very short amount of time, and he better be really, really good at something else, okay? And if you're hyper-focused on him, get rid of that shit right away because he's not doing you any good. Now, the other types of fixer-uppers is maybe somebody who he's not a spiffy dresser, maybe he's a little nerdy. Those are definitely guys that you definitely could keep in your mantourage if he treats you well as you go along and he becomes more and more invested in you. I teach women how to help inspire him to do better, but that's definitely somebody that you can keep. And maybe it's a guy who maybe doesn't take great care of himself, but again, you can inspire him. And one of the ladies I remember working with, I remember this was a few years back, she was telling me this was a multi-billionaire man that she was dating, and he was extremely interested in her. I mean, like, we're talking the kind of wealth where he has his own 24/7 staff, things like that. And he was so enamored with her that he ended up losing like 75 pounds and doing everything he could, try to keep her attention and things like. And so an adored woman is really influential because she knows how to wield her influence in a way that's uplifting and not torturing, which is what women who work with me in Secret Society learn how to do. So the other thing is maybe he's somebody that makes good money, but is not financially fit, things like that. All those kind of just, they're not horrible, but they're just not great attributes. Those are men you can keep in your mantourage, but I wouldn't necessarily go into a relationship with them until they start to work out some of the kinks. Because as they start becoming invested in you and fall for you over time, because you're taking your time and because you have options and you're really enjoying your mantourage, you become so much more influential over them. And then they have a natural desire to start letting go of some of these crappy ass habits that they may have. But I wouldn't go into a relationship with them until some of those habits have dissipated. All right. So remember, having a mantourage is about romantic leverage and really enjoying that. Not only learning about yourself, learning about men, but it is about having romantic leverage. And it's something that you will learn is highly effective and very influential. Hey, Lover Girl. Thanks for joining me today and texting this episode to all of your single smart girlfriends. If you have a question that you'd like to submit for on-air consideration or want to learn more about working with me, then meet me over at singlesmartfemale.com. See you there.